Hello and welcome back to my channel where today I have a new phone, which means I have a new camera. So I'm hoping maybe the background won't do the wobbly like it used to, and maybe I'll really like it. I have the Galaxy S22 in case you're caring about that part. Not the point of the video though. The point of the video today is that we are going to be wrecking this journal. Now, I gotta wreck this journal, oh gosh, it was sometime in college, so a few years ago, but I never finished it. I did a lot of it, never finished it, can't find it. So I was thinking we could just do a brand new one together. Well, kind of together. I guess you're not here technically to do this with me, but I'll pretend and you'll pretend, okay? We're going to actually open up to the first page here. I think in the future, we're just gonna open up to random pages, but for today, we are gonna start on the very first page. I brought my markers here. I have some Ohuhu markers. Are these Ohuhu? I thought they were. Am I wrong? I don't know. It says art marker. I also have some of these art markers. Tombow. And we have a favorite from my high school years, the Bic markers. I used to make a lot of art with the Bic markers. If I can find some, I'll put them right here. Let's get started. So on the first page here, I hope I'm in frame, but I'm using my actual camera. Remember, that does not have a viewfinder, so I don't have a clue. We're just gonna hope for the best here. I don't even know if it's recording. Maybe I should check it. So I have to go all the way around to the back of the camera and look at it. Did I just sound like a stooge? So the very first thing is this book belongs to. And what I'm gonna do is I'm not even gonna look in my bag here. I'm just gonna pick out a marker and it's literally the same color as the page. We'll see if it actually shows up. So this book belongs to, you can barely see that. I'm just gonna look. Oh, look, I picked a different color. So then you can see what I'm doing here. Write your name in white. I don't have white. So what I'm gonna do is use warm gray because this is literally the whitest thing that I could find. Ooh, yeah. Oh, it says write your name in color. Oh, right here it says write your name in white. Oops. I'll just write it right next to that. Yep. You can't see it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Write your name in color. So we're just gonna speed through this because this is just literally me writing my name on this book. Write your name illegibly. Let's just use my left hand for that. Write in tiny letters. Write your name backwards. Ooh, this is kind of fun because when I was in middle school and I was pretending that I was an author, I didn't want people to know. Sorry, apparently I can't write and talk at the same time, even if it's my own name. In middle school, I didn't want people to know that it was me that wrote it, so I would always have it be Rolam, is what I called it. That would be my author name, is Rolam. So they had no clue it was me. Write your name very faintly. I feel like I kind of already did this with the warm gray, so let's just bring out the warm gray again. Once it was dried, I literally couldn't see it at all. So it's extremely faint to the point where it has disappeared. Cool. Large letters. And I'm not going to write my phone number or email for obvious reasons. This is a secret message just
for you. This is a good temporary hiding place. Go find something to stash here.
Place it here. Do I have anything to stash? What can I put there? I'm gonna dig in my trash. So I had some M&Ms today, and I have the caramel M&Ms, which unfortunately are not very tasty, but I'm going to stash the little label that says caramel in here. There we go. Very nice. Stashed in there. It's probably gonna fall out. I could glue it in there, but I didn't grab the glue. So maybe later when I have to go get glue, I'll glue it in there. But for right now, it's stashed. We're good. Place your mug here. I'm not drinking coffee right now, so we're gonna skip that too. Dip this corner in liquid. I'm drinking flavored water right now. I really don't want to waste it. A liquid that I don't want to waste. Am I just gonna dip it in water? I might just dip it in water. I filled this bowl with water. Let's dip it. I'm gonna put my caramel thing to the side while I'm doing this. Can you see that? I wonder how long I should... Wait, is that a dip or a dunk? That was probably a dunk, because a dip would be quick. Okay, good enough. Rub here with dirty finger. I just washed my hands. How do I get my hands dirty without making my house dirty? You see, I don't mind the whole like wrecking this journal situation. Like, cool. What I really don't like is making my surroundings messy. Why don't I just like color on my finger? That'll count, right? There, and now my finger is dirty. Cut 2 holes here for peeking at people. Now I need to go get scissors. I might as well grab glue while I'm out. Okay, you won't believe it. I don't think I have glue. I found glue. I got scissors. So let's cut some holes in here. And the thing about Wreck This Journal is that you get to be messy. So I am not going to do this very gingerly. I'm going to, ow, paper cut. I am going to continue cutting. I forgot what I was saying, sorry. I was saying that I'm cutting not gently. I'm cutting ungently, messily. Now that the glue is here, I'm gonna glue this down. I guess it's not really safe keeping if you're gluing it down. Temporary hiding place. Well, not so temporary anymore.
Cut out this small piece to carry a bit of wreck with you always.
I'm gonna cut it out, but knowing me, I'm not gonna remember to carry this everywhere. And even if I did remember to carry this everywhere, it would probably go through the wash. All right, we're gonna speed through this really, really quick. It's basically the rules of the Wreck This Journal. So,
Warning, during the process of this book, you will get dirty. You may find yourself covered in paint or any other number of foreign
substances.
You will get wet. You may be asked to do things you question. You may grieve for the perfect state that you found this book in. You may begin to see creative destruction everywhere.
You may begin to live more recklessly. Maybe I do need that because I do frantically clean often.
For those of you who have wrecked before, you'll find some familiar prompts. Some that are closer to familiar, blah, 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 blah.
Introduction, blah, 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 blah. Don't slow me down with idle chatter. I am here to get to work. Okay, I see we're already making fun of me. If you are reading this now, it means that this is a special message just for you, not just anybody, just me. I guess you're not included in this. Sorry. Important point number 1. It has been 10 years since Wreck This Journal was first published. What?
I get letters every week from people telling incredible stories about how this book has affected them.
And changed their lives. Changed my life, Carrie. I'm gonna skip the rest of that. Sorry, Carrie. Important point number 2.
The wrecking business is much bigger than you think. Blah, blah, blah. Trust me, it can change your life.
Change my life, Carrie. So basically, point number 2 is chill and wreck. Point number 3.
Do you know what page in Wreck This Journal scares people the most? Maybe you're afraid of it too. It's the crack the spine page.
Really? That's like my favorite part of getting a book, is cracking the spine. I'm also a dog legger. I will fold the corner of a page. Important point numero 4.
Why color? The honest answer is I am afraid of color. There, I have said it.
They're afraid of color? I love color. Released all attachment to outcome. Yeah, don't try to make it pretty, basically, which is good because I'm here to just relax and create. The only thing that really scares me is making a mess around me. Mess in this? Sure. Yeah. Mess around me? Mm-hmm.
Number 1, carry this book everywhere you go.
I'm just gonna cross that one out because I'm too lazy for that situation.
Follow the instructions on every page.
I think I can handle that.
Order is not important.
Good. I wasn't planning on doing it in order.
Instructions are open to interpretation.
Ooh, I like that.
And experiment. Work against your better judgment. Use the color pages on the back of this book to...
Okay. Let me try reading that again because apparently I don't understand and read at the same time.
Use the color pages at the back of the book to complete some of the prompts. Cut them up.
What? Okay, so I think as I go along, you go to these pages and can cut them. Why am I making this more complicated sounding than I needed to? Materials, ideas, smells, hands, blah, blah, blah. Lots of things, all the things. Add your own page numbers, starting here. Am I gonna really just like number all the pages right now? I guess. Okay, I'm bored. I'm not numbering all the pages. It's open to interpretation. So add your own page numbers starting here. My interpretation of that was that I was going to do that 6 times. 6 times. Smile. Crack the spine. Look at that. Fold it all the way around. The spine, I believe, is cracked. I think it will get more cracked as we continue on here. Let's do 3 random pages today. So I am not looking. I'm just opening it up. A place for your grocery lists. I don't make grocery lists. So if I leave it blank, I'm gonna open to another page and think about that another time.
Create a color explosion. Tear up some colored paper. Cover the page with glue. Drop paper onto page.
Okay, so I think this is one of those times where we're going to go to these colored pages. And I think I'm just gonna cut the corners of them all. And if I have extras, I'll just shove them in the book. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad it just opened back up to that page because I was not holding on to it. Okay, so here are the pieces of paper that we have. And I'm going to cover the page in glue, just like it said. Do I cover this one in glue too? Yeah, sure, why not? Now, I'm going to tear these little pages. And while I'm tearing these, oh my gosh, I dropped some. Yeah, that's the point. Let's drop them in. I can see the appeal to this because you're just creating and not thinking. I kind of like that. That's what I like about like abstract art a lot, is that you're kind of just throwing the paint at the page. So this is very similar. You're throwing the paper at the page. Not all abstract art is like that, obviously. Some people are thinking about their abstract art and what the outcome's gonna be. But in general, how I make abstract art is I just let myself go wild on it for the most part. Well, I guess there's some abstract, don't listen to me at all. It's fine. It's fine. How am I doing? Do we like it? Am I making some beautiful art here? Am I doing this in the way it's intended, which is to just wreck it? I don't know. I think I'm making the page prettier, which could be against the rules, depending on how you interpret it. We're not here to make something pretty. We're here to just let loose. Go wild. Do something nuts. This is how I go nuts. Other people? Yeah, you go out and party. This is me going nuts. I think I'm going to slam this shut for a minute. All right, where's the page? Okay, they glued together. That's okay. The glue's still wet. I can tear it apart. Let's throw in where I made the eye peeking holes, which I never put my eyes in. Missed opportunity. I'm gonna have to do that later. So I'm gonna throw those in. And then this is, I believe, the last piece of paper I have to rip up. So after that, we're going to slam it shut again. Now I'm just gonna press down and make sure that things are glued down. I'm not gonna mess up too much anyways where things have landed, but I wanna make sure that they're gonna stay. So some areas are gonna need more glue, some are not. I could just cover the whole thing in Mod Podge and then everything would be super glued down. Should I do that? I have Mod Podge. All right, I found Mod Podge. It is the glossy kind, so apparently this page is now going to be a glossy page. So I'm just throwing that down. And then I'm gonna grab my paintbrush and just paint over it all. And I think that because I did it this way, it's gonna not only stick super well, but also the pages are gonna start getting thicker. And that's what I kind of like about Wreck This Journal is the pages get super, super thick. I used to keep like a personal journal. It was just a notebook, but I could glue things into it. And I wrote in it, I opened it every single night. I tore that thing to shreds, and for a little bit I did carry it places, but then I got nervous because I didn't want people to like find it. But for a little bit I did carry it around, and it got so thick and messy looking. I loved that. That is the goal for this. I think I'm gonna say that this page is complete. We're going to let this dry for a little bit, and then we'll be back to do another page. All right, it has been probably about an hour, maybe hour and a half. I'm tying my hair up now because while I was waiting for this to dry, I was trying on a lot of clothes, and now my hair is a mess and I'm sweating. So that was my exercise for the day. So we are all finished with this page. It feels dry enough that if I close the book, it won't completely stick together. Let's find our next page that we're gonna do. I'm gonna close my eyes, fiddle with it a little bit. Mix so many colors, they turn to mud. Okay, so when I think of mixing colors, immediately I think of paint. So I think I'm gonna take a second. I'm gonna go and grab all of my acrylic paint. Here are all of my paints. I am going to just randomly pick, let's do 5 colors. There's some things in here that are literally not paint. These feel like they're the same size bottle. Let's do a different one. Okay, this is a different bottle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I picked 2 reds. Okay, we're throwing one back. Actually, I shouldn't even throw it back, so I don't want to pick it again. Okay. Just one more. Let's dig deep. Okay. Black. I already have a black. What the heck? Why am I throwing it back? Okay, don't look. Brown. I already kind of have a brown. Am I being picky? That's white. I already have white. Did I just not have that many colors? Okay, this is like a peachy, light brown kind of color. That doesn't seem like fun. I'm being too picky, I know it. Green, there we go, there we go. Oops. Okay, so the mess making has begun. My kitchen is not beyond repair, but beyond my liking. Okay, here are the colors that we got. Red, this green color that's called palm leaf, metallic gold, royal gold, white, wicker white, and black. I think on this side, I'm gonna swatch them, so then if I open this book, I can look back at the colors that I chose. Exciting. And then on this side, I'm gonna mix them all up. It looks like a weird Christmas situation, like kind of like the Grinch. Why am I thinking Grinch? I hate the Grinch. Does anybody else like have nightmares about him? I feel like I only run into people that are like, oh, the Grinch is my favorite Christmas movie, and I'm just, all of them scare me. The old one, the newer one, the newest one. I think this gold is really going to enhance the poop. Because we're going for poopy. Oh no, mud. We're going for a mud color. Poop, mud, same thing. So, what I think is going to happen here. red and green are complementary colors, so they dull each other down, and sometimes that equals like a really muddy red or a really muddy green, and sometimes it's just a gross color. It depends on how much there is. And they're also different textures. The red is kind of a thicker acrylic, and the green is a little bit thinner because it's a cheaper brand. So we'll see what happens with that. The black and the white obviously are going to make gray, and then the gold will help the brown situation. So I think we're going to get a mud here. But first, we should probably make our swatches. All right, now comes the fun part. Let's mix them all together. Oh, I kind of wish I would have used less black. I feel like it just is turning gray. Okay, I found this kitchen utensil. I'm gonna just scrape at it a little bit. We're gonna stop there. I'm gonna let this dry, and then we will do our last page. We're back. The paper, I already closed it. I don't even know where it is. I did close the book, and I opened the book, and apparently I did it a little bit too early, and some of it rubbed off. You know, it's fine. The whole point of this journal is for it to be messy, right? Right? Sterling did just wake up from his nap, so he's sitting next to me. He's eating some crackers, so you might hear some munching and him saying nom 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 nom. Maybe a couple of ahs. So let's do our last page and wrap this up. I'm closing the book, and I'm gonna pick a random page.
Tie a string to the spine of this book and swing wildly. Let it hit the walls.
Make sure it's nice and tight. So I've been looking around for a safe spot to do this, and I have not really found anything better than the kitchen. Everywhere else has a TV or a computer or breakables. This seems like the safest spot. And Sterling is far enough away that I will not hit him with the book even if the string falls off. Hit the fridge. Ah! Yeah. So the string is starting to fall off a little bit. So I think I'll just go until the string does something. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna stop there because I don't want the cover to completely rip off. Let's cut it off. So there's a little bit of a tear right here. Oh, I get to do this. Hey, how's it going? The tear right here, and this was already a spot that I cut that little spot out of. That spot that I cut a spot out of. Yep, makes sense. This was completely from the string. It looks like we got a little bit of damage on the spine there. So this is what my journal looks like so far. I think we're doing a good job at wrecking it. Starting to thicken up the pages. They're still kind of folded, kind of grouped nicely, laying nicely, except for the cover, which I think most of that was from the string. I had a lot of fun with Wreck This Journal, and if you are interested in wrecking on your own, I'll link where you can find this on Amazon. Otherwise, a lot of times you can find it in Target if you're just browsing Target like I do on a random day. Or you can just watch me wreck, because I think I'm going to do more Wreck This Journal videos. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this type of video, make sure you leave it a like so I know to make more of it. Even though I'm going to make more of these, I think this was a lot of fun. Go ahead and subscribe if you would like more of me. And I will see you next week. Bye! Yeah, Wreck This Journal. I should make the theme song.